No? Oh, never mind. Hi, my name is Lacey. This is Patrick. This was our week 2 of our patterns and combos class. Again, Patrick was the lead instructor for this series. Yay! So he is going to go over all of the concepts, and I will interject as needed to address any of the technical aspects.
So tonight we went over lead inside turn or lead turns at the end of a pattern, in the middle of the pattern, and then also doing a head duck. And then we also went over a simple flyby technique at the end of a whip. So first thing that we're going to go over is the leads inside turn with a head duck. We started off by just doing a basic left side pass. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the 4, we're stepping through to do the leads inside turn. So you're going to go 5 and 6. Now it's very important that you're squaring up to your follow at the end of this 6, because this is telling your partner that we're not done yet. We're still going to continue doing the part of the pattern. At this point in time, you're going to squat down, tuck your chin, and roll through. Follows, make sure to keep your wrist on the shoulders with your palm. This will keep a distance to say, hey, this is how far we need to be, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to roll it across the shoulders to the other side and come up. Then you're going to either do some kind of outing to get to the boing. So you can either rotate your chest to send your follow out, or you can just simply take a step left and then go right for 7 and 8, okay? Another very important fact when you're doing this is that when you're stepping through on your 5, from 4 to 5, you're going to place the follow's hand on your shoulder and then come around and square up, okay? Those are very important parts on that.
A couple extra facts is that whenever we do this pass, whenever he's doing this pass, walk, run, pause. Notice how close I am to my own wrist, right? Because normally we would go stay, then boing, right? That's going to give us the opportunity to pay attention and not be overextended and hurt ourselves, right? When he starts to rotate through, it is my responsibility to make sure that we're not going to run into each other. I am going to take my palm to his traps, okay? I'm going to take my palm to his traps. I don't want to go pansy with my fingertips because he's not going to know where I am. I'm using the weight of my flesh as the connection point. I'm not pushing, I'm not doing anything weird. I am literally allowing the gravity of my flesh to be connected with him, with the palm of my hand. As he goes around, I'm going to keep contact with the palm. This is just my preference. I leave my fingertips up, but you can, if you feel more comfortable to have all the fingertips down, that's fine. So if your palm goes in front of the deltoid or in front of the shoulder, then you're pretty much dead in the water. The lead is probably going to walk out of it, just out of like comfort. So I'm going to try to keep a strong wrist with my palm as close to the back of the deltoid as much as possible, so that when he does his bob and weave leads, remember it is a bob and weave. It is not a head roll. We want to protect our cervical spine. So you're doing a bob and weave. Follows, you're going to help do a pit check, little sniff, right? It works, right? Make sure you're not going to kill them. That way they have room. If you're especially shorter, right? Notice how I can't really get in there. That's why I have a flat palm and a flat wrist. So even if you were to go in there, I can still bring my elbow up. Another thing with that, if follows, you start to just be fingertips or you let go, then he does not know how low to go or where you are in space. Because if I just were fingertips and he went here, then he could accidentally bang into my elbow. He could bang upwards, and like you don't know where you are in space. So that's super important. From here, we were talking about different opportunities. If my hand is on the back, then I have more opportunities and I can curl my fingertips and we can do more things. Like he can go into a sugar tuck on the right side, right? Or he can go into some kind of just walking backwards. He can go into another shoulder turn, right? There's plenty of opportunities. But if I'm like just fingertips. It's not going to be nice for anything, right? And then here, I want to make sure I'm staying close. Stay. I can do shifts. I can do triples. I can do whatever I need to do to stay close and paying attention. And then when it's finally time, then I can stay, then boing, right? So right here, stay, then boing. Yeah, so that was one of the patterns we did.
Remember to come up with different ways to get out of it. Don't just come up with the static way. Mix it up. Second thing we went over was doing a leader spin during the middle of the pattern, or closer to the beginning of it. So you're going to do a free spin, right hand to left hand, and you're going to start off by going 1, prep, 2.
Notice how his rib cage turned me. He's trying to take my wrist across my body. We learned this in the beginner class for an inside turn.
Then at this point in time, when you do the free spin for your follow to go through, okay, at that point in time, leaders, you are going to take a step back towards your follow. So it will go 3 and 4. As you can see, we're back in this close position. This is where it all lies when you start to play in the middle with different patterns and different musicality stuff. So making sure that we stay close. And then we came out 5 and 6. Okay.
Little clarification, when we say close, we're not talking about physical proximity to one another. We're talking about armpit space. Where is your whole spine and body in proximity to your own wrist? That's what close means. That's what pause means. I'm not trying to be past him inside his wrist. That's weird. There's that little clarification I don't think we went over.
Yeah. So from the top, you'll go 1, step 2. That's the prep. You will go 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Okay.
That was the setup.
That was the setup. The next thing we went over was a simple flyby. We started it off by doing a whip first, a same-sided whip. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. No, excuse me, my counts are off. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. On 8, you are going to lift your hand up and make it like you're holding a pizza. You're also going to bend your elbow. Okay, don't try to bend it past your center. Just bend it a little bit, and you're going to take your 8 forward. Okay, this is why we call it a flyby, because you are going to fly by your partner. This is the only time that you as a lead will go past your follow. At this point in time, I'm going to step forward for 1 or 9, and then keep going until I pass my follow. My follow is not going to move spatially, okay?
This is my runway.
This is where they own the runway. You have to go at an angle. So when we do this, if we're here from the camera and I'm set up to go through, you will see that I step around diagonally and come across, okay?
Go back real quick. So also notice, leads, that when he steps diagonally, notice how the hand stays in space. My wrist is not crossing my midline quite yet, okay? That's not telling me to rotate. He is walking straight forward and he's bringing his head underneath his own wrist. That way we don't have a pull or a rotation of the follow, because some of us were having a little bit of an issue that whenever the lead was taking a step sideways, they were bringing the follow with them across, or they were adding excessive rotation with it. And that's not what we're wanting. We want to keep the follower still in space, their wrist still in space. So all I have to do is rotate and find my wrist with my sternum. So that was a good call.
So when we're doing this, again, we gave you different options for the flyby. When we came out of this, you can either just come out and walk through. You can do an actual slide. So you could just come in and just slide through and collect and gather, and then get back to your boing. You could do all triples. You could do
Boogie
walks, whatever you want with your knees. There's so many different ways you can walk through this. Okay. Just know that it's really about your musicality and how you feel and what you're capable of doing physically.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Can you pause for a second?
Also, on top of the flybys, we did show y'all a few fancier flybys where the lead came through like off a turn, and we were allowing the lead to turn out of it. Also, there was the flyby where you kept the follow close in position and walked around and allowed them to come out. And that was it.
Yeah, the only other thing is follows. I talk about this in a totally different series, but I want you to think ew cooties, ew delay. I want you to think keep as far away as from your partner safely, armpit space. I'm not trying to stake my head over my foot, right? So any point in time, we're thinking away in relation to where our head weight is at. And we talk about that in a completely different series, but that's going to help you throughout all these patterns. I think that was everything. Holy cow. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next week.